You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her. She's not dangerous. She's just a princess. The danger comes if she gets out, which she will unless you do something about it. While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about, unless, of course, you do your job and You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. I'm positive. I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other? Then I'm not talking to you.
You charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions proved correct. A blade of her own slips down her sleeve and catches you in the neck. Blood sprays from the cut, your severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes of red. You'd better finish your task quickly before you run out of time. With the last bit of your will, you press forward, sinking the blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
The two of you collapse on the floor together, rapidly bleeding out.
Somehow, I thought this would turn out a little differently. But I wonder, do you really think that this was enough to stop me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her. A terrible sense of déjà vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time if he doesn't remember what happened.
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife out of...
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that.
Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time. When we asked you if you were sure she didn't have a weapon on her, you said you were positive she didn't. But it turns out she did, because when we charged her, she started stabbing us to death.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons. So there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this. It hasn't. A warning. She will lie.
He couldn't be...
We know what to look out for this time. We'll just stay focused and... The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a... The blade is your implement. That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't.
Can you two stop arguing? It's stressful enough in here without all of this extra noise.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago.
Now it's gone. Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. I hate this place.
You take the blade from...
It feels a bit better.
The door to the basement creaks open, with the air seeping.
That's right, scraping. I told you she has something.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong with that voice.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right? What? No! No! I wouldn't stab you. I am just a sweet, innocent princess trapped here for no reason. And you are a brave knight who's supposed to walk up to, not stabbing distance to help me.
I have absolutely zero doubts that she is going to stab.
She certainly feels threatened. Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do it. But you know who is armed? You. So stop second-guessing yourself and do your job. But I'm nervous. All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
That's so rude of you, passing judgments on strangers you've never met just because they're different from you. How would you like it if I did that, huh? Silly little bird-face thinks he's so serious coming down here but doesn't know anything. Thinks he can tell me to get rid of all the knives I don't even have while he gets to wave one around right in front of me. I bet you didn't like that, did you? I bet you didn't like being judged for no reason.
How many more times does she have to vaguely threaten you before you finally decide you're ready? We're clearly still figuring out. Oh, I'm sorry, do you think I'm in a position of luxury right now?
You're acting like you are.
My entire world is at risk. And maybe you should behave with a little more humility. A bit of self-deprecation would go a long way. No, I have my dignity. Fine, and will continue to treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated.
But if we killed each other, then why are we here, right now? Both of us normal and unstabbed.
I do have to hand it to her, that's a very good... Last time? What are you talking about? Ugh, it's like the two of you are working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? She's...
I'm terrible at spotting lies, and even I...
Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not...
Of course I won't.
Against your better judgment, you walk across the room to within arm's reach of the princess. I don't like the way you said, within arm's reach. You hear the horrible sound of metal slicing through meat. Whose meat? Not ours. Hers, at first, then yours. Your neck, specifically. Again? Really?
Hehe.
You collapse to the ground, your vision swimming as you attempt to focus on her bloody blade and the limp sack of flesh that was once her arm.
You're going to die now.
And with a quick jerk of her elbow, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods. No, you're what? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal. I feel dizzy. Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the cards now? The circle's getting smaller and smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. What's the point of fighting if she's just going to win every time? It hurts being sliced to pieces. We're better off just sitting up here and doing nothing. Great, so obviously you've already been here. How many times? This is our third. No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realise that every time... That can't be right, that's too much responsibility! I couldn't agree more. We couldn't be trusted with the fate of a single person, let alone the fate... Let's just stay focused. The only furniture of note is a bent metal table, a pristine blade perched. We take it. Okay, sure, you take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. This feels right. We just have to keep... That's right, we've got to be able to win eventually. And what if we never do? So? Are you just going to stand there, or are you going to head to the basement like you're supposed to? I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to... You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? But there isn't a door, it's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it. You make your way to the door. Let's just move it out of the way without looking. I don't want to see us. I'm sure we all look awful after dying twice. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. Reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. So it was never there. Just an illusion. Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine. You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic. Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view, standing at a distance. She gives you a wry smile.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
Fun for her, maybe. I didn't like dying all over again.
Thinking about dying makes us as good as dead. The only thing that matters. Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it. We just need... Nothing bad has come of it. Yet. Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one. The past isn't real. There's only here and now. Your internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor. She's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us and I'm out of ideas. No, that's a terrible idea.
We're dead either way.
Screw it, we've already died twice. What's a third? A third is a third. Who cares? Fine. You raise your blade above your head.
Oh, this is new. What are you going to do? Are you really going to stab yourself? Neat.
Then you skewer yourself. Ow. Are we still here? Can we not actually off ourselves? That didn't do much of anything.
We're tougher than Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? Nah. We'd know if we died. You're on it. No, you're in it. Where the hell are you? I think we're dead. And that's all we'll ever be. Dead, 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 dead. Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely... This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here?
This is 4.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her, as long as we keep moving. Oh, great. So it's going to get even more crowded. Even more. Who cares about getting better than her? Let's do something weird. Like, really.
Come on, show me something new.
Compliment her on those gleaming blades. There's nothing better than a... She skewers you.
You're cute.
Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. We just have to hit her harder. She skewers you.
You'll have to be trickier than that.
Just panic. Flee. She skewers you.
No.
Do you see that? We almost had her. That was luck. We only have to get lucky once. She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels. She skewers you.
Ooh, not...
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't... Okay, let's appeal to her better nature. She skewers. See? Okay, yeah. She skewers you. We're getting close to something, can't you feel it? You're right. One last time, that's all we need. And then everything goes dark, and you die. You're on it. Don't lose your head. We're in a cabin, and we'll take it from here. Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is... Oh! What if we throw it over my dead body? That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I'm... Besides, what better way to die so very many times? Sure, I can think of a better way to die. They're all the same, really. How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally... Now, the only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them? Yeah, leave it to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time. Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined fight. Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs. It's more of a slide. I mean, fine. I'll just shut up then and speed the... Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this room, or anything? Don't care. Just want to win. Fine. You make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it? I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear. Really? Okay.
Here we go. Now.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then she becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit!
She's gorgeous.
Yes, behold!
Do you think we can throw her at? That looked painful. How is she still? Heart's still beating. That's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all.
She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it? This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
We're screwed. What just happened? It's so quiet.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once. You're incredible. Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel. I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you? I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks. I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free. She is part of me, and part of me is her. I know only that they are.
Nothing as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom. You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold. How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated. More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home. I have not lived. I am not afraid to die. Then we will be here forever, as we are now, unfinished, dry, hollow. Everything, until we meet again. She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here. The interior of the cabin. You take the blade. The door to the basement. Her voice.
Who's there?
Good. You're still listening to reason.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it?
She makes a compare. Don't you dare. It's fine. You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade. You step forward.
Then I'm not talking to you.
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back. The two of you are gonna do this forever. You squint, so does she. At least nobody's dying right now. You're going to... Doubt, a moment of distraction and hesitation. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw... Holy shit, that hurt! Though she's unarmed. The shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you. Putting you and the princess, your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more. Each We can still turn this around. You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here, either.
Excuse me?
Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh,
The two of you fall to the floor.
this?
The princess gasps. Her voice...
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. Do you really think...
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
You're here. A warning. Before you go in, she will lie.
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. Are you the point? The princess? Crystal.
The blade is... You take the blade from the old... You walk up to...
What are you talking about?
You reach for... But there was...
And now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
The door to the basement. Her fierce voice...
Is that another child?
This isn't what she... Good. As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your... As you descend the final step, the form...
Looks like she could rip those...
Oh, it's you again. I've been... And you brought your... You look
All right. What? You've already met the princess. The princess has already met you. The two of you killed each other. Did you think you'd be able to just... Maybe. Of course I glossed over it. When a colleague said, you don't know that whatever brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. Of course I'm not okay. Great. Now focus up and...
And why not? You decided what to do with me quickly enough last time. If you want... What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpack. Don't you get it? We've been given...
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Free her.
Who said... Yeah, I'm fine right where I am.
Okay, hold on. Did you hear that?
But you're going to have to fight me to the death.
Never mind. There is no happy... Hear that? No. Stop standing there, and you're being a bit... I am.
Fine.
I'm sorry. Did I hear that right? Did you just...
She doesn't even want to be free.
Exactly. So beyond the apocalyptic moral implication... I mean, while she's trying to kill... Yeah, why not? Maybe. No. Actually, no. Until you come...
What do you think you're doing? You can't...
Watch me. Your left arm lifts towards the ceiling and your hand twists into an obscene gesture. See? I can make you do whatever I want. So what?
What are you doing? What is that? Why are you moving?
The princess, taken aback, flashes her own rude gesture in return.
Hey, you, decision maker.
Finally ready to complete your destined task, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement. Here we go. Let's...
Oh, we'll make it count, all As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting skin and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood. But she's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs. Crack! You can hear her chains snap as you struggle to recover from the impact. She almost looks disappointed in us. Why is she...
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you? That knife, it's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight. You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate.
Don't let her get in your head. She's here. Don't listen to them. If that's your plan, then that's your plan. Push off the ground. Ignore. You can feel flesh give way before a sudden impact blunt. Pull it. No, we can do this. Just keep.
We're not gonna win if our weapon's stuck in her arm.
The princess's grin widens as the two of you push against each other.
Yes. Nothing exists outside of us. It's just you and me, dying and coming back, clashing against you.
That's not what's going on. There's an entire... Don't you all get it? She's right. I warned you on the stairs.
I hate using words. They're so clumsy.
Your balance is suddenly thrown off as the princess pulls you into her knee. It collides with your ribs. We're fine, but you barely have enough time to notice before your grip loosens from the impact. I said. I didn't say you.
You might not have said as much, but you certainly...
It really doesn't matter.
You forgot this.
She tosses it. You and the princess attack each other once again.
Wait.
Dead. No, it's not, but it is. Well, are you going to... Wait, no, that can't be right. Your eyes bolt open and you push yourself back to your feet. Alive. Ha! I told you. I told you this wasn't a...
What about her? The blade went right through her heart.
What about her? If we're fine...
No, she's dead. She has to be...
Right. I knew it. I told you we should all believe in her. This is... The princess rises from the ground, staggering slightly, one hand wrapped around the hilt of the blade.
We don't even need to start over anymore, do we? Let's go again.
She pulls the weapon from her chest, barely wincing. You know what?
But she can't.
All of you need to settle down. This whole situation is coming dangerously...
Oh, well, I guess I had it wrong. You guess you had it wrong? Aren't you supposed to know everything? I never said...
With an unbreakable determination, you snatch the blade from the floor and stumble back to your feet. Both free from hesitation, you close the distance, both you and the princess aiming to end each other. Your blade digs into her neck, grinding against her vertebrae as her fist connects with your body. The impact forces the air from your lungs, stars you both collapse to the ground, and then we get... Yes. You and the princess exchange dozens of devastating blows. Sometimes you manage to strike first, and sometimes she tears through you before you have a chance to act. But more often than not, each of you fells the other in the same moment. And then you get up and do it again, and again.
We're all still here, isn't it?
What are you waiting for?
Did we do this?
Huh. I didn't think we had it in us.
It's the end of...
Far from it.
I feel so... tired.
She's gone. Where does she... And there's that... This...
Screw them.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again. I will long for your return, but it will give me time to we will meet again.